Tak jak tak, może czuli tutaj przyjdzie.
Ruszamy, dobra. No, jest. Okay. Sorry once again, we had some problems starting this stream. Everything is looking to be working fine. So once again, my name is Jarek. I'm a customer support agent at Buddy. And joining me is Rafael. He is our CTO. And today we'll be showing you visual tests. Visual tests basically allow us and our users to capture those bugs that will not show up in classical end-to-end tests. Tests will go green, yet something is still broken. And today we'll be showing you the very basics of how to set it up. And so let's begin after a delay. So first of all, we'll show you a website. We have created a simple website for the purposes of this presentation. And there we go. This is our Lumina clothing brand. And as you can see, there are a few pages. You can join the newsletter. That's a pop-up that will be interesting later. Our collection, adding to cart, and a contact form. What I don't like about this page at the moment is that the font right here, like name, email, and message, are kind of blending in the background. So now I will ask Rafael to fix that for me.
Hi again. Once again, sorry for the problem. So the task from Jarek, it looks easy. We just need to change our label style. So let's create a new branch for this change. Okay, our branch is ready. I will not change it by my own. I will just delegate this task to the agent, and meanwhile, I will show you our delivery pipeline for this project. It will be useful for this presentation when we will jump to edit our workflow. So let's run an agent. Okay, let's turn manual mode. So we will know what he wants to do. And I already have a prompt for him. Okay, our agent is analyzing the task, and we can jump to the delivery pipeline of this project. So in this project, check if everything is good. Okay, only one file is modified. Let's add it to the Git and commit it. Now we can push our branch. Okay, we have pushed our fix. So let's jump to our delivery pipeline. We can see the pipeline is running. Let's jump to this run. First, we are building this. So just wait a few moments. After the build, we are running our playwright test to check if everything is good, every functionality inside our application covered by our test is green. So everything is good. And right now we can see it was deployed to our staging server. I'm sure I get notification about it. Yes, we can see the branch name and the preview inside the staging server. Let's open it. And here you go.
Okay, so now let's compare the changes. So this is the staging state of the website. Name, email, and message all are fixed. But let's see if anything else broken or something. Looks fine here. We'll go to collection, and as you can see, the add to cart buttons are completely illegible due to this change. So this thing is broken because despite our tests being green, the website still has some visual quirks. So how do we catch that early, and how do we avoid situations like this?
There are a few ways to do it. The easiest way to start with it is a scriptless approach. We only need to run our site. We are running it on a staging server and use it URL. So we have our production site, we have our staging server. So let's copy our URL to the staging server and use our built-in action to run visual test inside body without writing any code. So after we deploy to the staging site, we will just add a new action, find visual test, paste the URL to our server with those changes, choose our suite. I will jump to suite and its settings later and save it. And that's it. After we build and run our end-to-end test, we deploy it to the staging server. Then we are running some visual tests. So how does it work? First of all, we have to run it for our production version. Our production version is on the main branch. So let's run this pipeline manually for the main branch. Okay, and now the pipeline is building the application, and after it deploy the production version to the staging server, we'll have a baseline.
Okay, but what is a baseline, and can you tell me how is it calculated?
So to make it easy to understand, the baseline is the reference version. A snapshot is compared against. So we have a snapshot of our production version, and then we will compare a snapshot of the new version to it. And it is calculated. It uses Git to calculate what should be compared. In our case, we will approve our current live version, and in the next run, we will compare our branch to this production version. Okay. We can see our visual test is ready. So let's jump to it. We have a batch for it. Let's jump. Okay. And we can see there is only one page. I think I didn't check one checkbox inside this action. Let's check it. Sure. So I paste the URL to the staging server, and what it does, it only snapshot this URL, nothing else. I need to follow internal links to cover other pages on this server as well. So let's click it. I will not run it from scratch because I don't need to build it and test it. I did it previously. So run it, select the main branch. Everything is in the pipeline cache, so I don't need to build it, run our tests. I don't need to deploy to the staging server as well. I only need to run visual tests. So let's run it. Okay, I need to just stop this one because the next one is waiting for it. Okay, I can see there is another run of my visual test. It is crawling our server for URLs, and it will make snapshot of our pages. Okay, and now we are ready. So what we can see here, we can see that Buddy made screenshots of all our sites inside our application. So we have our main site, we have our collections, we have our contacts with broken labels. Yep. So let's say we approve this view because this is our baseline. We have it on our production side. I will approve all in the bulk. Okay. Our session is approved. And we have the baseline. Since our baseline is approved, we can go to the production. Okay. So now we have the baseline. What we need to do is run this pipeline against the new branch. We already pushed it. So once again, we will run it manually. Easy fix. And run it. So right now, what we are doing, we are building our new version of the application. Once again, we will deploy it to the staging server, and we'll capture a new shape of the website using our visual tests action.
Okay, but what will happen if a baseline misses views, some views from a new branch?
So let's jump to our visual test. So this is our first run. You can see some views, all views are marked as new. When we will compare our approved views to the new ones, Buddy will know if anything has changed or if anything is new. So once we will introduce new sites, new URLs inside our application, but body will know about it and will mark it as new.
Okay.
Once this pipeline will end, it is already green, so we can see, okay, new branch was built, it was tested as well, was deployed to the staging server. We got the notification about this, and we have a new suite, a new session to approve. And right now we can see two views have changed. So first, we change things from the tasks. So you ask to change those labels. You can see maybe this way. I don't know if you can see it. Let's zoom it and turn off divs. You can see the left side is showing us the baseline, and the right side is showing us the those changes from our branch. Yep, and this is good, so we can approve it. But this, as you told, is a bug. So we don't want to deploy it to the production.
And how do we make sure that this will not go live to production?
So we are deploying from the main branch in our case. So let's jump to our pipeline. So we'll only deploy those changes once we will merge it. But we can protect us from deploying unapproved version. It is very easy. We have wait for approval action right now, but we can add another one, approve visual test session. And all we need to do is set up this action. So I will select the action that is running those tests. And that's it. And once this action is added, when we run our pipeline, this action will wait until the session is approved. I can show you once again. I will run it without all those actions. So we have this built in our cache because we ran this branch previously. We don't need to deploy it to the staging server. So for the purpose of this demo, I can turn off those actions and just I will run it. Maybe I don't need also visual tests. Oh, one moment. I need those actions. Okay, one moment. I'll run it again. Maybe another way. I will run it. I run all of those actions. So to make it short, when we add this action to our pipeline, we are protecting the pipeline to run next actions against commits that haven't been approved, because every session is related to the commit in the Git repository. So as I told you, baselines and compares are calculated based on Git. Every session is connected to the Git commit as well. And in this way, we know that we approve this commit or not.
Okay, but let's assume that I use GitHub as my main CI. How do I prevent that in GitHub directly?
Sure. So let's assume you are using GitHub for continuous integration and the body for continuous delivery. In GitHub, there is easy way to set up protection rules. So let's go to the settings, branches. I can add branch protection rules. So I will add target branch. So it will only our main branch will be protection. So include the default branch, and then go to status check to pass, and then add our end-to-end, our end-to-end pipeline. You can see there is a status check for our pipeline, so we can see the screen. Yep. And then we can also add visual. This is my visual test suite, so I can check it. And now, once I add it, I will be unable to merge my broken branch to the main branch. Only approved branches can be merged inside it. So in this way, my production branch is protected from mergers that haven't been approved.
Okay. Okay, so in the diffs, we can see that visual tests went through the URLs on the website, but as we have shown, the website has some elements without URL, some pop-ups, like for example, the size guide or the newsletter. And how do we test those elements?
Good question. So we have covered only views that have its own URLs. We have only tested our free views. We have not tested our pop-ups, for example. We haven't covered, for example, some views that need to be click to view. So, for example, pop-ups, for example, some forms that will appear once we do some action on our site. So our approach in this case was scriptless. We covered only those views with the URLs. To cover pop-ups, to cover views without the URLs, we need to run end-to-end tests, Playwright, Selenium, whatever you already have. And if you already have those tests, adding screenshots is very quickly. You import our plugin into the framework and you take a snapshot or the point in the test where the state is on the screen. So, for example, you are running a Playwright action, you open the URL, then you click this button and you make a screenshot. After it, you send it with our plugin to body and you name it. Based on these screenshots, you can cover everything inside your application. So let's back to our pipeline. As you can see, we have Playwright tests. So we don't need to run visual test action, scriptless action. We can delete it. Then we will go to this action set up the visual tests, select framework, and we will get instructions what we need to do in our code, in our tests, to send screenshots to body. So our plugins are very easy to use. You just need to import those plugins inside your code and use it running one command, like make a screenshot. Everything is covered in our documentation. So when you go to our documentation, tests, you have Playwright, Selenium, Cypress, everything you need.
Okay, but and what about Storybook?
So Storybook is another story.
Story and another book.
Yeah. So Storybook is very easy to implement because it is also scriptless. All you need to do is build your storybook and send this storybook to body. Nothing else. So the easiest way is also inside the pipeline. I will add this action, for example, here. There is a storybook action, and inside this action, all you have to do is build your storybook and then run this action against your artifact inside your pipeline. After it, body will open every component site. It will screen the components and compare versions of those components. So it will work exactly as it works. It will compare based on the Git. It will compare based on branches and so on. But you will not get the site. You will get only components compared. I can jump to our application. We are using also this in our for our application. So we have a storybook for our application. You can see there are almost 800 components inside it, and you can see sessions inside our storybook suite that was run for all our changes inside the repository. Let's go to it. You can see what have changed, but you will also get some extra features compared to Playwright, because you will also get the storybook view, not only what we have screenshots. You can jump to the component, and you will also get a storybook hosted in body for free. So here you have your storybook, and you will have your storybook. One moment here. You can see there are plenty of versions. So those are versions of your storybook for all our pull requests inside body repository. And you can browse it and you can use it. You can share it with your team. So you don't need to host your storybook by your own anymore. And that's it.
Okay. I've seen that there were some questions in the chat, and
You don't have any other questions?
I don't have any other questions, but some people do. And we'll take a 2-minute break and we'll answer some of them. So stay tuned and we'll be back in a second. Okay, we're back and we'll be answering some of your questions that you had on live chat. Unfortunately, we are unable to display them on the screen because of some technical stuff, but I will read them out loud and Rafael then will give you an answer. So the first question from Talalis Paulis. Can you add a select few URLs under a single action? For example, if a site has 300 pages, but we want to test only 25.
Thank you for your question. It's a very good one. So when it comes to the scriptless, I will add this action once again. There are a few ways. You can define those URLs as a list inside the action. You can also use your remote sitemap, just give us the URL, or import URLs from the file. So you can define the URLs list inside your repository, then select this file inside this action, and based on this list, we will only jump to those URLs. When it comes to the Playwright or any other framework, it is also very easy because you will run our snapshot method only inside tests on views you want to test.
Another question from Nadi Brennan. What about dark and light themes?
So you don't need to do anything when it comes to dark and light. If you already implemented dark and light inside your application, inside your storybook, all you need to do is go to the settings of the suite. Let's go to the settings for the first time. It's our suite for storybook. Goes to settings, and first of all, you can choose under what browsers you want to make test. So you can test your application in different browsers, in different devices as well. But back to your question, you need to select color scheme. You can go only with light or dark or both of them. You can see in our suite, we configured our suite to run both. Let's jump to our sessions. And once we browsing it, you can see here the switch. So your views are tested both in light and dark, and so you will see changes on both views.
Okay, another question from Holovko. What tool are you using for snapshot comparison? Own code or just Playwright library, kind of?
Okay, so it is a mix. So first of all, we are using Playwright to navigate between your views. We are making screenshot with the Playwright, but after it, we are using our own code or some libraries to compare it against.
Okay. Another question from Kristen Baker. Can I run it locally before pushing or only in the pipeline?
Sure. So in our example, I run our project inside the body pipeline, but you can run it from every place. You can run it from body pipelines. You can run it from GitHub Actions. You can also run it locally. All you need to do is install our plugin, our CLI also on your machine, and you can run it, and it will be visible inside body as well.
And last question from Luke, I assume that's Skywalker. How do you deal with lazy loading?
So lazy loading, it is also covered by the settings of the suite. Maybe I will jump to those settings once again. One moment. Okay, so you ask about lazy loading. So you can set up a delay or wait for a selector. So you can delay when body after page loaded will make a screenshot. For example, after the page was loaded, we will wait 5 seconds and then make a screenshot. Or you can wait for a selector. You can choose XPath or CSS selectors. There are also other settings inside. So, for example, dynamic content, timers, AdWords, animations. This is also covered by the suite settings. You can define XPath selectors. You can, where is the ignore? Here. You can define XPath selectors inside your suite settings and skip those sections of your site inside test. You can also define ignores for specific use. When you are using end-to-end frameworks, you are using our plugins inside those frameworks. You can define ignores, XPaths inside every execution of the upload command inside your tests. There is very good documentation about it. So I think dynamic content is covered here. Also flaky rendering is here. So I think we have covered everything in our documentation, but if you will have any other questions or suggestions, just let us know.
Ricky Dazla is also asking, will there be popcorn? Unfortunately not. And that's all of the questions.
We are going to the pizza.
We are going for pizza. And well, that's all from us. We have shown you the very basics of visual tests. It's a very powerful tool that will allow you to do a lot of things. Make sure to check our documentation. Also, check our product page for the visual tests. And if you have any questions, because there were some technical difficulties with audio at the beginning, make sure to contact us on support. We'll do our best to get you started with your visual tests, and hopefully we'll see you all and more in our next webinar.
It was a pleasure to be a host.
Thank you very much, and see you again soon, hopefully.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.